Welcome to Aquarian Diary, where we discuss issues around the emerging age of Aquarius. I'm your host, John Irving. Thank you for joining me. Greetings all, it is August 31st, 2022. I'm doing something a little bit unusual here. I am creating a summary to accompany a longer episode, which goes into quite a bit more detail, because I realize that some people don't have a lot of time, and I think this is very important, what I want to share here. And it goes like this. I have been reading about current affairs almost on a daily basis for decades. I consider myself to be reasonably well informed. I'm also intuitive, and I do get downloads. And I have pieced something together that I think makes sense. It's a theory based on a lot of evidence, but it explains something that has puzzled me for a long time, which is all this crazy and extreme polarization, the culture wars, the misinformation, the disinformation, the absurd conspiracy theories that are in many parts of the world, and in particular the United States, and now starting to happen in Canada as well, is tearing apart the fabric of liberal democracies. Many people have commented on this and are very concerned about it. What I am proposing is that these circumstances have been deliberately engineered on a scale and with intentions as yet not fully recognized or appreciated, in order to weaken liberal democracies, to disenfranchise and alienate and frustrate people to the point where they are willing to let go of the guardrails of democracy and entertain alternatives, principally some form of oligarchical authoritarian rule, which would have been inconceivable under normal circumstances. There are organizations and individuals who do not like the constraints that are placed upon them in a normal functioning democracy. They feel that they are superior, entitled, or deserve to be more privileged, and that regulations and taxation and accountability and things like that are problematic for them. And so they set out to create these extreme conditions so that they could alter what normally would be unassailable. It is a tactic to weaken and undermine order. The electoral systems, the judiciary, jurisprudence, law, governance, political representation, education, healthcare, social programs and entitlements, income inequality, the media, academia, all of this outlined in the Powell memo, which I talked about previously, by the way. I did a whole episode on that, etc., etc. And I go into how I arrived at this conclusion, and I expand further on how this has been playing out in the longer episode that I will also publish momentarily. Many people have commented on various elements of this phenomenon, justifiably so. But I think most people have only looked at the symptoms without actually recognizing the cause. And what I'm proposing, like I said, is that the whole package is deliberate, it is subversive, and to some degree treasonous and seditionist, and it connects a lot of dots that don't fully make sense independently. What differentiates what I'm proposing versus what most commentators have concluded is that they have assumed that these symptoms were representative of other underlying issues without considering that the conditions that create the symptoms are being deliberately manufactured. The aim is dysfunction itself, and I think people need to at least consider viewing it from this perspective. In my opinion, if your immediate response is that they are not capable of doing something like that, they would be unwilling to, then you haven't been following very closely. All you have to do is look at the policies that have been put forward or denied by the right for years, if not decades. The solution is simple. These bad actors need to be held accountable, and you have to get dark money out of politics. And of course, this is all for entertainment purposes only. If you find this content compelling or it inspires insights, please be responsible and provide appropriate attribution and credit. Thank you, and I look forward to your comments, thoughts, and observations, as usual.